Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the One Meal Channel. I am your host, Nathan, and we are yet again devising a meal that is large enough to feed a whole family, and we're going to devour it all ourselves because we only eat one meal a day, and that's all that we have done for the last 120 days almost. If you want to enjoy this video as much as I enjoy making them, grab yourself a beverage, a snack, a treat, whatever you like to eat, and let us have a toast or a bite or whatever you want to call it in celebration of another upload. Nice, I almost got the rhyme put together then. Well, hey, if you're still watching, I appreciate all of you tuning in. If you're new, this is a single cut video. There's no edits that we make through it. We're going to go through the entire process of what I make for myself after work, and then, weigh that food at the end to show just, how heavy the food that we make is. Typically, I'm a little bit more energy, or I'm not talking at all, so you guys can have a little bit of ASMR in the background. But I have just finished up 2 graveyard shifts, plus working a day job. So 2 back-to-back graveyard shifts, 2 days in a row, plus working my day job. And I am exhausted. So my speech might be a little bit off. My thought processes could be a little skewed. So please be patient with me. I promise it will not affect my cooking ability. The bar is not very high to begin with. But regardless, please be patient with me because I will not be as high energy as I was for the last couple of days. But with that being said, there are a couple of topics that I wanted to get to. And first off is that, as you know, I start every meal that I have off with a little guilty pleasure or a snack. We cook all of our food in bacon grease. I try to eat pretty healthy. This is by far the most unhealthy part of what I eat on a daily basis. Now, I've given up energy drinks. I haven't had energy drinks since I got back from Japan, and I probably continue with that habit for as long as I can. But regardless, I just want to be perfectly clear. I am aware that bacon is not good for you because if it's high in saturated fat, which raises your LDL cholesterol, which is harmful cholesterol that raises the risk of heart disease, plaque buildup in your arteries, stroke, as well as other issues. It's a precursor to other illnesses, ultimately just increases inflammation. So there are a few people commenting on my older videos that were saying that I am a very unhealthy person that eats horribly. I am aware that the bacon is bad. I eat it anyway, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So with that being said, that is why we're going to incorporate eggs back into our diet. Since eggs skyrocketed in price over the last few months, give me a second to add this to the bacon grease. After eggs skyrocketed in price over the last few months, I just couldn't justify paying $1 for eggs. Basically, I get these packs of 60 eggs, try to get them in bulk, and it was still costing like $40 or $50 for a pack of 60 eggs, and I just couldn't justify it. So I picked up a pack of 60 yesterday, and they came out to, I think, $24 for a pack of 60. That comes out to, what, off the top of my head, like 43 cents an egg. So not quite as good of a price as it was before the prices shot up. But it's definitely back to a level that I feel comfortable buying eggs with. And the reason why we're incorporating eggs is, one, I really like eating them. And I've said I was going to include them again. But eggs are the opposite of bacon. As bad as bacon is for me, eggs are that much better for me. And that is because eggs increase your HDL cholesterol, which is good cholesterol. It boosts my testosterone. And for you ladies that are watching, it boosts all the other positive hormones in your body as well. HDL cholesterol actively fights LDL cholesterol, removes plaque from your arteries, improves blood flow, and ultimately most studies show that it adds to longevity. So 20 years ago, studies would have said that eggs caused high cholesterol. today eggs are shown to actually lower your bad cholesterol. So let's just agree to disagree on how healthy or unhealthy my meal is, and let me have this moment where the bacon and the eggs cancel each other out on the healthy to unhealthy space. With all that being said, I don't consume any sort of trans fats. Those trans fats raise your bad cholesterol and actively lower your good cholesterol at the same time. So that is the worst of all worlds, not the best of both. It's the worst of all worlds, and trans fats should be avoided at all costs, and I do that very exceptionally. There's another thing that I wanted to say, and I'll get to it right away, and that is that I need to wash my hands and get my rice started, otherwise my rice won't be ready to go. It's the sleepy Nathan and me coming out. Give me 1 second. You're going to have to wait on that second story. Trust me, stick around. It's an important story. These are all clean. I literally just used them. Just use them, pouring water into a different container. Do not worry, just getting ahead of myself. Put this in there. Because I worked 2 back-to-back graveyard shifts, for you longtime viewers of the channel, you know I've been doing that for a while now. I think I'm finally going to change up my meal. And that is because I'm exhausted now. The quality of the videos goes down when I'm exhausted because I can't speak as well, or I go on long tangents that don't make sense. And yesterday, I actually didn't film a video. Around 2 or 3 o'clock, came around, I clocked off for my regular job and went straight to bed without eating. And then I woke up before going to work. I ended up just taking some chicken out of the fridge and heating up the chicken without ever recording a video for you guys. So luckily we didn't miss an upload because I was 1 video ahead, but it's time for us to change our format from how I eat food during those 2 days that I'm working the graveyard shift. And what I think I'm going to do, make a very simple adjustment, keeping the contents and quantity of my meal the same, but the presentation is going to be a little bit different. And I think what I'm going to do is move our chicken egg fried rice into a tortilla and make tortilla burritos for myself, freeze them, and then take them out the day that I go to work. Now, I still want to come up with videos for you guys, so I think what I'm going to do is that at some point during the week, I'm just going to make a double serving of food for myself. I think my pan has enough space in order to do something like that. I'll make a double serving of food for myself. I'll take half of it out and eat it that day, and then the other half I will turn into burritos. And that burrito episode, the making the burritos will be its own episode. So this will probably be shorter. I'll be making them one right after the other. I would appreciate if you guys keep watching those videos, but regardless, I understand if that format is not to your guys' liking. I'm concerned that if I keep doing what I'm doing right now, I'm either going to get even less sleep than I got this week, or we're just going to miss uploads altogether. And we need to take steps rather, to avoid that circumstance. So, moving on. Let us get into the rest of our meal. Now that we have the eggs, I also don't think I need to be consuming as much bacon every single day. Because we only eat one meal a day, it's very difficult to be in a calorie surplus for the day. And it's equally important not to be in a calorie deficit. In order to counteract that, I've either been adding more chicken or more bacon to my meal, or a combination of both. Now we can finally get things back to normal. All right, enough of me eating bacon. Let's get our onion cut. Let's get this diced up. Lovely antioxidants, anti-inflammatory properties. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I saw somebody comment on an old video saying that I didn't eat any sort of vegetables. They were kind of correct because onions are a fruit. So they said, yeah, no vitamins, no minerals, and no fiber. I'm not sure if I ate potatoes in that last the video that was commented on, but potatoes actually have vitamin B, vitamin C, they have fiber, and they have other minerals as well. And yes, I saw some other people commenting, inferring that I take a daily multivitamin, and that's true. I do take a daily multivitamin. That's probably a good thing to take regardless of what type of food that you eat every day, regardless of what age you are. So I am in my mid-20s. I see no shame in taking supplements. I think fish oil is one of the best things that your body can probably have. Although I don't regularly stay up to date on my salmon oil. I do get my blood work done every 3 to 6 months, and so if there are any levels that are out of whack, I make adjustments with my diet as needed. The only time that I've ever needed to take a supplement specifically without adjusting my diet was in the winter months, and I needed a vitamin D supplement. I had a pharmaceutical grade vitamin D supplement with 10,000 IUs. For obvious reasons, the sun wasn't out and I wasn't going outside very much. Other than that, I also have a pharmaceutical grade salmon oil. I don't know if you call them a prescription, like you obviously need to get them ordered from a health professional, but I got a bunch of salmon oil. I don't fill those regularly, but I do take them probably every other day. Yeah, and finally, I don't take a prescription for this, but I do grab a multivitamin and a vitamin C supplement every day. Emergency is what I've been chugging every single day because I've been sick for the last 3 weeks. I'm finally over my sickness. No more coughing, no more sniffling, which is good for me and you because you no longer need to hear me coughing and sniffling. And I think the supplements that I take had a big role in staving off lots of the symptoms. Again, I said this in previous episodes, but I think I had straight up pneumonia. On the flight back from Japan. Felt good, felt awesome the entire way. I was in Japan on the entire way back. I was exhausted on the flight back, and so I took a long, just open mouth nap on the plane. I should probably invest in some mouth tape. I took a long, open mouth nap on the plane. My roommate told me that there was a guy, like just in the seat behind me, that was coughing louder than anybody else on the plane. Let's just say he was the most sick person on the plane, was sat directly behind me. And my mouth was wide open the whole time. And sure enough, as soon as I went to bed that night, I didn't even know that had happened. I didn't learn until like the day after. But as soon as I went to bed that night, I felt sick, and I woke up, and I felt sick then too. Not a lot, but I could just feel it coming on. And on the drive home, I mentioned that to my roommate, and he goes, "Oh yeah, sickest person on the plane was right behind you." So, oh shoot. So I don't know. It might have just been a bad cold or something like that. Could have been completely unrelated. But I was coughing up all sorts of gunk and all sorts of inflammation in my lungs, raspiness in my lungs. It just makes me think it's pneumonia or something like that. So there we are. We got all of our amazing semi-caramelized onions and our lovely, well-cooked potatoes. I think what I'm going to do something a little bit different. I only like cooking in a single pan. That's kind of my thing. It's messy enough. The type of cleanup I have to do after one pan. But doing multiple pans is kind of annoying for me. Instead of leaving all of this in here, adding my rice, adding my eggs, one after the other, I think I'm going to temporarily remove this food because it's cooked to the degree that I want it to be cooked. I'm going to remove most of this. And there's a perfect amount of bacon grease left as a cooking agent. Okay, and I think that's probably enough. Yeah, my rice just wrapped up. I think that's a good sign. Let's finish off our chicken broth. And let's beat these eggs. Absolutely demolish these eggs. Now I think if you want to get the most out of your eggs, the nutrients, the HDL cholesterol, all the good stuff, I think you're best off cooking them sunny side up. Cooking them sunny side up in a pan and leaving them, like over medium. I think if you do the egg fried rice method or do the scrambled egg method, you're cooking out a lot of those good nutrients, those good benefits that are with you. I don't know if that's true. Every once in a while we'll do sunny side up eggs, but we're trying to return back to our old habits. Because of that, we're going to just do this simple egg fried rice technique. Yeah, we're losing like 1/5 of a cup of rice at the bottom of that pan. So let's add this. You know, if we had a wok, that would be way better. But hey, we have this pan set at a high heat. It's cooled down quite a bit. It's adding all of this. We're just going to let it heat up a little. Get that to firm up a bit. Get these rotisserie chickens from the store. You know how much I love them. Pre-cooked chicken, low prep work. We save the carcass for our chicken broth when we're ready to have it. Let's pull that wishbone out. Right, I'm going to grab this right one here with all the meat on it. Okay. I wish for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year so we can become a YouTube partner. Okay, well, apparently that's not going to happen. Dang it. Dang it. Rats. I actually had a good feeling of that. I'm not very superstitious, but I actually got my hopes up there. So anyway, there we go. Yeah, that bottom is looking really good. There we go, that's cooking really well. See, a cup of rice doesn't look like that much when you show it in this format. So let's put all of our food back. What we would do before is we would add all of our food to this pile. You know, the onions, the potatoes, the rice, and then the chicken, and then we would pour the egg on top of it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. My whole point in making a meal like this is just simple that I can make after work that's the exact same every single time. But it wasn't really egg fried rice, right? Like, how can it be egg fried rice if you're not even frying the egg and the rice together? So, a piece of bone right there, put that back. Add the skin. Can't say no to skin. I think you're missing out if you don't add that to your meals. Good. So usually our goal is to get our meals over 2 pounds. I actually think we're going to be under that today. I'm pretty ambitious going into this. I thought we were going to hit our 2 pound mark. Just looking at everything, I don't know. And of course, we're not including the weight of our bacon. We didn't weigh the bacon. But again, bacon is our snack. Bacon is our little guilty pleasure. Why? Because bacon is bad for you. High in nitrates, high in LDL cholesterol. Saturated fats. No, no, no. Bad. Not good. But it is hard to eat healthy. All of you know that. If you can pick your vices, you are in a much better position than a person who doesn't. I think Winston Churchill said that. Arguably not the best role model when it comes to health, but he was a great leader. There we go, look at that, nice. It's nice to see that golden color coming back with our rice. It's been a while since we've seen that in these videos. And flipping this over and over again with a spatula is clearly not the move. Clearly something you should do with like a spoon or something. So, chicken was very cold when we put it in. It's still quite cold, actually. That was not appetizing, the little bite I just took, I'm going to be honest with you. So we'll let that heat up. Let's take a look at our runtime. How are we doing on runtime? Oh, a little bit longer today. A little bit of a longer video. I appreciate all of you new people for sticking around for so long, and of course you longtime viewers of the channel. How could I forget you? You guys are making this channel into what it is today. There's a reason why we are almost at 300 subscribers. I don't know, this video might be when we get our 300th subscriber. That is a very big milestone. I've not shown you my face a single time. It's been close. Had a couple of close calls. We've gone to different countries together, one different country than where we were at. We've tried a bunch of different foods, although mostly just this one every single day. And you have spent time listening to me talk about my opinions, which of course I don't expect any of you to care about, but hey, I'm the one with the camera. I get to say whatever I want. It's a little awkward going week after week after week with a 30-minute video coming out every single day without me filling up the time, giving you something to listen to. So I gotta make the attempt from time to time. So let's see what we have going here. Well, I can see the steam rising off of that. And because I know some of you are going to kill me if I don't do this, I will add some seasoning. So this is some garlic, onion powder. I already have onions in there, but adding garlic salts doesn't make a whole lot of sense since the bacon grease is in there, salting things up. It's not a word, whatever. And a little bit of pepper. So we'll cut this. I'm not going to keep flipping it. It's not really working out now, is it? But I'll cut that a little bit. And no sriracha today. We got to save that sriracha. We are heading back into our rhythm, the food that we are used to. Ooh, that's going to fall. It's going to fall. Yeah, that was a big clump that was going to fall. Big mess. Big mess. When I think about it, tomorrow's going to be a big cleaning day. There's no reason to make a bigger mess for myself so soon to that time. So let's see if we can put all of this in a single bowl. We have quite a lot more food left in here to add to the pile. Pepper smells good, along with everything else, of course. Oh, my roommate is loud. That means he's excited. It means that he is working on something. He's going to do whatever he's thinking about working on. Alright, boom. So that is off. We have our lid, we have our spatula, we have a minimal mess that has been made. I believe I am getting a phone call right now, which means that we have to wrap up this video. So, I'll take that back. It's probably going to be over 2 pounds. Let's weigh our food real quick so I can get back to this phone call that I received, because it's probably important. Alright, yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be good. Jeez, yeah, a lot of grease here. Let's see what our weight turns out to be. 2.21 pounds of food, and sure enough, I got a missed call. Got a couple of missed calls coming in. Let's take a quick photo of this to prove our weight. Just got a friend I got to send that to. And let us dive in. This is probably absolutely burning right now. I'm not going to bother taking a bite. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you tuning in as always. We'll have another video out tomorrow. Look forward to cleaning videos of the kitchen and burrito videos, as well as your old faithful daily one meal. Feel free to criticize me in the comments, but do not be too harsh. I'm going to treat you as if you are in my own home, and if you are too rude, I will be really mean back to you. Just kidding. I love you all. Bye.